Thank you, Madam. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين. الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. ورزقا واسعا ورزقا واسعا ورزقا واسعا مباركا مباركا مباركا. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد الفاتح لما أغلق والخاتم لما سبق الناصر الحق بالحق والهادي إلى صراطك المستقيم وعلى آله حق قدره ومقداره عظيم. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون والسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين. آمين.
In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Loving shepherd of thy sheep, thank you for keeping your flock in safety. We are indeed grateful. We commit ourselves to you as this day. Let your Holy Spirit journey along with us this Holy Week. We cast all our burdens on the cross. Let the fire of God consume those that planned evil against us. Show yourself in our situation, and let your name be made manifest in our lives this day and henceforth and forevermore. Amen.
Good morning, Mr. Witness. Welcome to this. Can you stand here, face that camera? Mr. Witness, in which language do you wish to make your testimony?
English.
Can you speak into the mic?
English.
What is your religion?
Muslim.
Do you wish to swear by the Holy Quran or make an affirmation?
Sorry?
Do you wish to swear by the Holy Quran or make an affirmation?
By the Holy Quran.
Madam Chair, the witness wishes to swear by the Holy Quran. Can you hold the Holy Quran? And then repeat after me.
I,
Kalifa Faal,
Kalifa Faal,
do swear that
I'll
speak the truth,
speak the truth,
the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
and nothing but the truth.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Thank you. You may be kindly seated. Madam Chair, the witness is soon. I have the honor to hand over the witness to you for us to proceed.
When I want to speak. So, okay.
Good morning, Mr. Faal.
Good morning.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Council, you may proceed.
Much. Mr. Faal, good morning.
Good morning.
Please state your full name
My name is Kalifa Muhammed Faal.
and your address, sir.
I live in Jabang.
Faal, can you guide us through your educational background?
Well, I studied in Ghana for primary school. Came back to Marina International School for O levels. Did my A levels at Marina International School. Then went to the US to study computer science and mathematics at the Florida State University.
All right. We have a statement dated the 21st of August 2023. I believe it was obtained from you by our investigators.
Yes.
Oh, good. We will give you the duplicate of the original. Please take your time and go through it.
Okay.
And confirm whether it is a statement that was obtained from you by the investigators.
Okay. Yes, this is my statement.
We apply to tender the statement of the witness, Kalifa Faal. The date is 21st of August 2023, to be admitted into evidence and marked accordingly as an exhibit.
This statement dated the 21st of August 2023, made by the witness, Mr. Kalifa Faal, is hereby admitted in evidence as an exhibit, and it is marked as LGC/BCC/KF/001.
As the commission places. Now, Mr. Faal, I have a few questions for you. In 2020, your company, KMF Technologies, you found KMF Technologies, correct?
Yes.
When did you register with the Ministry of Justice?
It was, I believe, July 12th or 22nd. I usually miss the date, but it's in July of 2012.
2012?
Yeah.
Now, we have in your statement in 2015, it was registered as a limited liability company, is that correct?
Initially, it was registered as a sole proprietor.
Right.
And then in 2015, we converted it to a limited liability.
All right, thank you. So in 2020, KMF had a contract with, I believe, KMC with respect to the B.C.C. Ostend project. Do you recall this?
Yes.
Can you tell us how you learned of this project and how you came about securing the contract with the B.C.C. Ostend project?
Yes. I believe that normally the process for most of companies that do this tenders is either you're contacted through a restricted tender,
yes,
or it's an open tender that's advertised in the newspaper. If my memory serves me well, we were contacted directly by B.C.C. regarding this project. I believe it was a request. They sent us a list of items that they're looking for, and then I believe the tender document had that list.
Was this through or via email? Do you have these documents with you here?
I believe it will be via email, but I just have the copy of the copy of the award letter,
yes,
and also the annex for the request. So with the reference number here.
May I please see the documents you refer?
Okay. This will be
We apply to tender Annex 2 and 3, which comprise of the technical specifications and technical offer for B.C.C. Ostend project with respect to the KMF Technologies.
Annex 2 plus 3, which is the technical specification plus technical offer, is hereby admitted in evidence as an exhibit, and it is marked as LGC/BCC/KF/002.
As the commission places, where is the award letter? You have it with you?
Yes.
Did you also sign a contract with them?
I looked everywhere. I couldn't find it. I believe there was a contract, and I believe this was also during COVID, so we were working with a very limited number of staff resources, so I couldn't find that document anywhere. So I was hoping maybe there's a contract that you guys might have.
Right. But do you recall whether a contract was signed, or you're not sure?
I am not sure, and I cannot really remember. And normally I have a soft copy for everything, but it was a bit strange that I couldn't find this contract. So my memory is telling me maybe there was no contract, but I wouldn't know because it's been a long time. I don't remember.
Very well.
But I have the award letters and the invoices and all the other documents.
May I please see the award letter?
Okay.
We apply to tender the notification letter addressed to the witness and the witness's business, Mr. Kalifa Faal. It is signed by Mam Lai Jase, the project coordinator. The date is 15th of May 2020. This to be admitted into evidence and marked as an exhibit.
A letter dated the 15th of May 2020. The letter is captioned Letter of Notification, Supply of Equipment for Project Management Unit, CityLink, Austin Banjul Partnership for Sustainable City Development. It has reference Europe 8/161146/DH/ACT/multi/001/ST. And it is signed by Mam Lai Jase. This letter is admitted in evidence as an exhibit, and it is marked as LGC/BCC/KF/003.
As the commission places. Now, just to be clear, how were you contacted by the B.C.C. Austin project?
I believe there was a phone call involved. From probably the, if I'm not mistaken, the name is, I know I've spoken to the coordinator before.
Mamla Jase?
I've spoken to him, but I cannot remember the series in which the phone calls came.
You've known him before?
Sorry?
You've known him before this?
No.
Please proceed. Yes, so the email or the phone call, do you know how you were identified? Because you did it to you first, correct?
Yes, I believe that normally when institutions have requests or they intend to tender or they intend to contact suppliers, they normally would just contact based on who they know, the companies that they know about. And for us, this was the first time we even worked with B.C.C, so I don't actually remember how we were contacted.
Okay.
It's the first and probably the only time we've worked with B.C.C.
All right.
Yeah.
Have you registered with GPPA?
Yes.
Do you have your registration certificate?
No, I didn't bring that, but I can have that for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Please write that down so you will not forget.
Okay. All right. Thank you. So it should be the certificate for 2020.
Yes, for GPPA.
Okay.
Now, this email correspondence, which you believe probably you were contacted through, would you have a copy?
Yes.
All right. Do you have it with you now?
What was in the email, no, I don't have the actual email, but then I just printed out all the documents that were related to that. I'll also get that for you.
Okay, please. Now, were you in competition with other suppliers, do you know?
No, I'm not aware.
You're not aware of that?
Yeah. But I know that it was, normally when we submit our request, they won't tell us who are the other suppliers that were contacted.
All right.
But I'm sure that normally that's the procedure. There will be other suppliers as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
There should be other suppliers.
Right.
And you're not invited to any meeting?
No.
With the project?
No.
Okay. Now, what were you supposed to supply? Do you recall?
Yes, I have the list here. So it was HP printer, a multifunction printer, Western Digital 2 terabyte hard drive, Canon cameras. We also have the storage for the cameras, also the lighting, and then the zoom lens, the wireless mic, computers, and then MiFi devices.
Right. Now, were these supplied?
Yes.
What is the award price?
It was 592,800.
Now, who received the goods?
I don't have the copy of the delivery note, but it was, I believe it was Ndai Aisatu Ture.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. And at this point, when you were given the award, did they require anything else from you?
Yes. They sent me a form, a financial identification, which is an EU form.
Right.
I have a copy of that.
May I please say it? This is just to provide your banking details.
Yes.
Right. We apply to tender the financial identification form sent to the witness in relation to the contract award into evidence and exhibit.
The financial identification dated the 19th of May 2020, which is the banking details of KMF Technologies, is hereby admitted in evidence as an exhibit, and it is marked as LGC/BCC/KF/004.
As the Commission places, do we have questions for this witness? Before that, the amount you were paid was $592,600 altogether for this, correct?
Yes.
How are you paid?
It was paid by a check, B.C.C bank check, and it was deposited at B.C.C Bank.
All right. Did you pay the tax on this?
Yes, we did.
Withholding tax?
Yes, they deducted the withholding tax prior.
The invoice you've sent,
Yes.
it says KMF Technologies. The invoice is $592,600. Does
Right.
that include the withholding tax?
Yes,
Do you
this
know?
includes the withholding tax. But normally how the withholding tax is applied is that they deduct the amount from the payment and then they pay you the final balance.
So how much did they pay you altogether?
They did take out 10%. I don't remember the final figure, but it will be less 10% of this.
Do you have the copy of the check that was paid to you?
No, I don't. It's been a while.
Which bank was that?
B.C.C Bank.
They pay in your business's name, the
Yes.
company's name?
Yes.
Right. For B.C.C Bank?
Yes.
In 2020?
Yeah.
Right.
I can also get you a bank statement
Please do that.
to that effect.
Please do that.
Okay.
Do we have questions, Honorable Chairperson, for Mr. Kalifa Faal? That will be all for the from the lawyers.
Mr. Faal, exhibit LGC/BCC/KF/002 and LGC/BCC/KF/003 alluded to the fact that the business was tendered, because reference was made in these two documents
Yeah.
that it went through a tender process.
Right.
How would you reconcile that with the fact that you were called to be offered the contract?
So normally what happens is you get invited to a tender. So normally they'll email you and you probably get a phone call to say, we've emailed you, have you received it? And when you receive it, there'll be a deadline and then you submit according to the deadline. And when you're awarded, they'll send you either an email to award you or they'll contact you directly for them to deliver the letter. Once that is delivered, then you can proceed to discuss contract and any negotiations. So I believe this was the process that I remember.
Yes, the reason why I ask about the issue of the tender is because with the tender process, there is a process where you are invited to open the tender that you have submitted to the client and etc. It's a process actually. So that is why I asked.
Right,
So,
but this was also,
different.
yeah.
This was different.
Yes, exactly.
Yes. And did you sign a contract with them?
I want to believe there was a contract signed.
Please help us find out.
Yes,
And
I will look through
because-
my records. I've looked, trust me, the last few days.
Yes.
I just wasn't able to find it for some reason.
Yes.
And it's been more than 5 years, so most of these files we've probably discarded. But I have soft copies, and what remained of the soft copies, I went through it. I'll look again.
Yes. Because the contract will enable us understand what you were contracted to deliver,
Exactly.
not the list you have given us.
Right.
All right?
Okay.
So please endeavor to provide us with the contract.
I'll do that. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
All right.
And that's all.
Yes, that's all for Mr. Faal.
Yes.
Thank you.
Mr. Faal, thank you so much.
Okay.
And please endeavor to get us these documents by Thursday.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Good morning, Mr. Witness. Welcome to this Commission of Inquiry into Local Government Councils and related matters. Mr. Witness, what is your religion? In which language do you wish to make your testimony? Do you wish to swear by the Holy Quran or make an affirmation? Affirmation, okay. Madam Chair, the witness wishes to make an affirmation. Use your right hand, raise it up, and then repeat after me. I, Muhammed Cham, do solemnly, sincerely, and truly declare that the evidence I shall give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Thank you. You may be kindly seated. Madam Chair, the witness is sworn. I have the honor to hand over the witness to you for us to proceed.
Good morning, Mr. Cham.
Good morning. Good morning, ma.
You are welcome.
Thank you, ma.
Council, you may proceed.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chairperson. Yes, Mr. Cham, please state your name.
I am Muhammad Cham.
And your address?
Tauto.
Cham, what is your educational background, sir? Your educational background?
I attended Gambia High School, where I obtained my GCE O levels and GCE A levels for 5th and 6th forms, respectively. I later on proceeded to GTTI for the AAT qualification, and then to Grace Institute of Professional Accounting for the ACCA, where I was able to complete part 1.
That's all?
That's all, yes.
Thank you very much. We have 2 statements. The first is dated the 7th of January, no, 25th of September 2023. And we have one for 7th of January 2025.
Yes, these are my statements.
We apply to tender the aforementioned statements into evidence as an exhibit.
The statement dated the 25th of September 2023 made by the witness, Muhammad Cham, and the additional witness statement dated the 7th of January 2025. These 2 statements are admitted together as exhibit in evidence, and they are marked as LGC/BCC/MC in brackets 1/001.
As the Commission places. Now, Mr. Cham, you used to work for the Banjul City Council. Do you still work with them?
Yes, I still work with them, though on, administrative leave.
Okay. At some point you were is it the finance manager? And
yeah.
Also at some point acting finance director? Can you please tell us the roles you've occupied at the finance department?
Yes, I was appointed as accounts clerk.
Please speak into the microphone. And
Yes, I was appointed as accounts clerk on the 12th of September 1996.
that was your first employment with the area council?
Yes, 12th September 1996.
Do you have the appointment letter?
Yes, I have my appointment letter.
Please proceed.
And then I was promoted on appointment on the 1st of January 2002 as accounting officer. And then I was on acting appointment as senior accounting officer. That was on the 27th of October 2006. And then appointed as
Please
finance.
use the microphone, speak into the microphone. We need to hear you very clearly.
And then I was appointed as finance manager on the 1st of October 2013, and then confirmed as finance manager on the 1st of April 2014. Then on the 18th of July 2018, I was the acting director of finance.
Yes. Go on.
Yes, up to the start of November 2020. I acted for 2 years, 3 months.
From 2018 to 2020?
Sorry?
From 2018 to 2020?
Yes, from 2018, July 2018 to November 2020.
Please proceed. Is that all?
Yes, that's all.
And what position do you currently hold?
Finance manager.
Finance manager.
Yes, sir.
May I please see your appointment letters? You've mentioned in your evidence. We apply to tender the appointment letter of the witness to the position of an accounts clerk. A promotion letter dated the 3rd of January 2002. A letter of acting designating the witness to the position of an acting senior accounting officer. The 1st of October 2013, the appointment letter as finance manager. A confirmation to the 7th of March 2014 to the position of a finance manager. And on the 18th of July 2018 to the position of acting director of finance, to be admitted into evidence and marked accordingly.
A letter dated the 10th of September 1996 from the Banjul City Council. It is addressed to Muhammed Cham, and it has the caption, appointment as accounts clerk. It is signed by the town clerk and the treasurer was copied. A letter dated the 3rd of January 2002. It is from Banjul City Council. It is addressed to Mr. Muhammad Cham, accounting assistant, and it has reference 9/B.C.C/3 in brackets 3/volume 3. It has the subject, promotion on appointment. It is signed for by the town clerk, copied to the mayor and the treasurer. A letter dated the 27th of October 2006, it is from Banjul City Council. It is addressed to Mr. Muhammed Cham, Accounting Officer. It has the caption re acting appointment, and it is signed by the CEO. It is copied to the acting mayoress B.C.C, the Director of Finance B.C.C. A letter dated the 1st of October 2013, it is addressed to Muhammed Cham, Senior Accounting Officer, and it is signed by Yusfa F.M. Mane for Chief Executive Officer. It is copied to the Lord Mayor, Director of Finance, Audit Officer, Chairman, Establishment Committee, Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Lands and Regional Government, and a file copy is maintained. A letter is dated the 27th of March 2014. It has reference 73/BCC/P/3/C in brackets 27. It is addressed to Mohammed Cham, Acting Finance Manager, and it has the caption re-confirmation as Finance Manager. It is signed by the CEO. It is copied to the Lord Mayor, Chairman Finance Committee, Chairman Establishment Committee, Director of Finance, and the file copy is maintained. And the final letter is dated the 18th of July 2018. It has reference 11/BCC/P/4/D in brackets 30, and it is addressed to Mohammed Cham, Finance Manager. It has the caption re-acting as Director of Finance. It is signed by the CEO. It is copied to the Lord Mayor B.C.C, Admin Manager, Acting Director of Finance, Audit Manager, and a file copy is maintained. These documents are admitted together in a bundle as exhibit in evidence, and they are marked as LGC/BCC/MC in brackets 1/003.
Ask the Commission, please. Now, at some point when the BCC Ostend project started, you were the finance manager?
Yes, when it started, there was a team that was hired, including a finance manager. So when the finance manager resigned in 2021, I stepped in.
Who was the finance manager?
Ndei Aiture.
Ndei?
Ndei Aiture.
Ndei Aiture?
Yes.
She resigned?
She resigned, yes.
From the project?
From the project, yes.
So how did you step in? Were you employed or you just transferred?
As the finance manager of B.C.C, I was, sent on secondment.
On secondment?
Yeah.
Were you given a letter to that effect?
Yes, I was given a letter.
Can we please see it? We applied to tender a letter dated the 25th of October 2021, addressed to the witness, Mr. Mohammed Cham, Acting Deputy Director of Finance, Banjul City Council. Says re-secondment at the EU Banjul Ostend project, signed by the Chief Executive Officer, into evidence, to be admitted into evidence and marked as exhibit.
A letter dated the 25th of October 2021 with reference 3/Austin/EU/B.C.C/70 in brackets 1/volume 1 is addressed to Mr. Muhammed Cham. This letter is from Banjul City Council, Acting Deputy Director of Finance. It has the caption Secondment at the EU Banjul Austin project. It is signed for the Chief Executive Officer. It is copied to the Lord Mayor, Acting Director of Admin, Director of Finance, Acting Director of Audit, Chairman Establishment Committee, EU Project Coordinator, and a file copy is maintained. This letter is submitted in evidence as an exhibit. It is marked as LGC/BCC/MC in brackets 1/004.
As the Commission places. Now, Mr. Cham,
Yes.
for how long have you been the finance manager of the project?
For 14 months, that is for the lifetime of the project. But then the project, was extended and then re-extended, for the first and second times. But then it was supposed to be officially ended by December 2022. So I took over in October 2021. I was supposed to serve for 14 months.
So what does your job entail as a finance manager with respect to the project? What do you do?
Yes, that is just to support in the preparation of the financial reports of the project, and then to see oversee other financial functions like the procurement, processes, and then payment processes.
Now, do you prepare financial statements or financial report in the process?
Yes, I do prepare financial reports on monthly basis.
We will need you to provide us with the financial reports you prepared during your time. Do you have them with you?
I have the soft copies. That is the soft copy I have, but then I can have a printout of it.
Please do that. Go write that down. We will want you to provide that to us. Now, how were you following the procurement activities within the project? What was the guiding tool that you had to adhere to in relation to drawing out checks or making payments for the procurement of goods or services?
Yes, because in the project you have a project coordinator and then you have a project manager. Over the time, the manager will do a request.
Mr. Gano?
Yes, Alfusini Gano.
Proceed.
Yeah, will do the request, and then the coordinator will, approve, and then or send for approval, because normally we send, our request for approval.
Yes.
To the coordinator in Austin, and then once approved, we just go ahead with the necessary processes, and then all the supporting documents are actually compiled, and then upon authorization, then we just go ahead in paying, because my role in particular was to effect payment as soon as all the necessary documents were intact.
Yes, but you were paying to Mr. Gano for the most part of it. Is that correct? He puts up the request and payments we have seen were done in his name. Do you recall this?
Yes, I have witnessed instances whereby Mr. Gano will make a request and then the allocation will be done to him for onward submission to.
And why is that?
Unless I check to know exactly what has warranted that, but then it happened anyway.
I have 4 vouchers here. They are all admitted into evidence. Mark LGC/BCC/AG, that's obviously in Ghana, /003. The voucher numbers are PV 8499, we have 853, we have 865, and we have 1090. This is just a sample of payments that were paid to Mr. Gano. I will show it to you. I will show you the exhibit. Are you very familiar with those payments?
The first one I'm familiar because I did not join them by then.
Okay. The rest?
Yeah, this one I can remember this one, 853, the second one.
Yes. The date?
The date is on the 10th of March, 2022.
Yes, so please tell us about that one. Or to start with, among the four, out of the four, how many did you authorize payment for?
It's 3.
Yeah, so please give us information about the 3.
Maybe you've seen that these payments have been authorized by the coordinator and the CEO of B.C.C. because they were the authorizing officers. I just prepared the voucher and then have my signature appended. For the first one, it was for the big base, which was to be equipped with chairs and big water drums. That was for the coconut daily watering. So this request was made by Mr. Gano, Alfuseni Gano, and then the allocation was done to him.
Okay, let's proceed.
Because normally, when these things are done, we normally get, like a quotation of prices, and then from there, we can just, process the payment and then get the equipments.
So you will have normally you'll have the quotations. Who will request for the quotations?
Because according to this document, these are the materials for the beach, and then it was requested by Mr. Gano. But
yes.
Then there was no invoice attached anyway.
Right.
But then this was a form prepared by him, to put there the items that were needed and the quantity, the unit price. So maybe this was done following a market survey from him to get the actual prices.
Maybe. What do you mean maybe? You're not sure?
No, I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
So you were paying monies to Mr. Gano when you were not sure of the amount stated there?
No, what I mean is I'm not sure whether it has been obtained through market research, but then I have seen that all the prices are already stated.
Okay, please proceed with the, so monies were paid to him. Did he retire the funds?
This 68,000 was allocated to him, and then upon purchasing the items, there must have been a retirement or receipts attached, but then...
There must have been?
Yeah, I should think so, because normally we make sure that before we do filing, we get the relevant supporting documents all attached before we do the proper filing.
Okay, we will need the retirement if it was done.
Yes, we can check on that.
Okay, you may move to the next one.
The next one too was for an amount of 58,350.
Yes.
That was allocated to him for the cost of materials and labor for the covering of the 3 waiting sheds at the beach. Because at that time, we were working on erecting, sheds on the beach.
Right.
And then all, monies were actually done in bits and pieces in the form of allocation, to procure the materials that were needed on piecemeal basis. So that is how it has been done. So that is why we're actually allocating funds for this.
But you have noticed that that did not pass through any form of procurement process or guideline or rule when you were drawing the check for payment to Mr. Gano?
Okay, I think if my memory serves me well, I believe there was an overall budget, a comprehensive budget done for this,
Yes,
shed.
yes.
That was the total budget for this shed. But then it was agreed that, we are going to, make disbursement on piecemeal basis, and pro rata as the need arise, so that, we ensure that
Did the payment follow any procurement guidelines?
I wouldn't be sure. I wouldn't be sure.
No, you were there. You were here with the document. You have the document in front of you. You record these payments. You know exactly how it started, and those who approved, and what led to you signing the checks to or in the name of Mr. Gano.
Yeah, prepare the checks. I do prepare checks, but I don't sign checks.
Was there any procurement process followed?
I wouldn't be sure, because that's what I'm not certain of. Unless I check or inquire to know exactly how this was done.
Who signed checks?
It was the Director of Finance and the CEO.
Who was Director of Finance at the time?
The Director of Finance was Mr. Kamara at the time.
These were paid from which account? In fact, how many accounts did the project keep at the time?
We have two accounts. One was at B.C.C Bank, and then the other at Eco Bank.
Who managed these accounts?
It's B.C.C, Banjul City Council.
So when we say that approval, probably when you hear witnesses say they get approval from Jonas or the representative of Ostend branch, that has nothing to do with authorizing payment simplicity on the face of the checks or the vouchers. So B.C.C can just sign checks, correct? The CEO and the Director of Finance can effect payment.
They can effect payment, that is to authorize the document itself, that is the check.
Yes.
But then for the, payment to be, considered as good to go, for example, obtain approval from Austin,
Right.
we need to send an email, get approval from, for example, Jonas.
Yes.
And then from there we can start the process.
Yes, but,
Yeah.
but assuming the CEO and the finance director just sign a check, what do you pay?
Yeah, that is, upon approval, obtaining approval from Jonas, when the process is made, then
Do you demand that there has to be an evidence of approval from Jonas?
Yeah, we normally send email, and then that email is.
You as the finance manager, do you demand that there has? Who sent the email? Is it you?
No, it's Gano.
That's what I'm saying. So when Gano is now dealing with you as the finance manager, will he give you proof of the approval from Jonas?
Yeah, we normally print the approval from the email, and then we attach it to the document.
To the document.
Yes.
But the CEO and the finance director can sign the check, and then they are the ones that have the authority to authorize payment.
Yes, exactly.
For the two accounts?
For the two accounts, yes.
Okay. Now, your job is just to prepare the checks.
To prepare the payment voucher and the check.
Now, who decides in whose name the payment should be? For instance, the case of Mr. Gano, payments were made in his name. Who will decide how payments are supposed to be made? Is it you or the CEO and the finance director?
No, it is, himself as the, project manager, that let allocation be done to him so that we can, facilitate the payment, just to make sure that there are control measures.
Were you under the directive of the finance manager, the director of council?
Under the?
Directive of the finance manager, the director, in serving as the finance manager of the project?
Yes, because they were the, authorized signatories to all,
Right.
project accounts. So in any case, we have to, always liaise with them or get back to them before we process anything.
Okay. All right. May I please have the vouchers? Now, for the 3 vouchers that you were present as finance manager, we will need you to provide us with retirements for all the payments made to Mr. Gam.
Okay.
There were.
Can I have the PV numbers?
You can ask Mr. Kamal to give you a copy of the vouchers.
Okay.
It will be much more helpful. And the numbers are, the 4 that I've shown you are PV 853 for 10th of March 2022. You were present at the time. 10th of March 2022, PV number 865. You have 10th of March 2022, PV 1090. And the last one is August 2021, PV 499.
Okay.
Now, the other issue I want us to discuss is in relation to Keba and Sons. You will find this in your statement of the 25th of September 2023. On the 3rd page, there was a series of contracts awarded to Keba and Sons. Do you know Keba and Sons?
Keba and Sons, yes, I know the name.
Just the name?
The name, yes.
Of the business?
Of the business,
You don't
yes.
know the individual Keba and Sons?
Not at all.
Okay. Now, you've had several contracts with Keba and Sons. On the 13th of June 2018, there was a contract award of $9,835 for the supply of carton of mosquito spray. Do you recall this?
Yes.
You also have at some point a total of $13,200 for 4 suits and $600 for 2 pairs of shoes. Now, what role did you play in this procurement of activity in relation to Keba and Sons?
You know, Keba and Sons was introduced to us, I believe, in 2018.
By?
That was by council, because that was when we received the first invoice from him.
By council?
Yes.
What do you mean by council?
By then, I think it was through procurement.
Who in the procurement?
Because by then we did not have a specialized procurement unit, but then there was a procurement trainee.
In council?
In council, yes, who was there, and then she was actually responsible for, all these invoices.
Who introduced you to Keba and Sons? Is the question.
Anyway, I wouldn't know the background history unless, what I can remember is the first day that I saw the invoice from him that we are supposed to pay this. That was from procurement, and then this was the first as indicated here.
You said he was introduced to you. This is in your statement,
yeah,
and you have repeated that as well in
introduced through receiving the invoice to effect
that's
payment.
Not introduction.
Okay.
That's not introduction.
Then I missed that part.
That's not introduction. No, you did not miss that part. Mr. Cham, you can't miss that part. You know what introduction is. You know what it is to introduce someone to someone.
No, but I have never seen this Keba and Sons. I only see.
Let's proceed.
Yes.
Yeah. So these 2 procurement with Keba and Sons. What process did it follow? Do you know?
Yeah. At the time, what we normally do is whenever we want to, buy goods or services or procure materials,
Yes.
We obtain invoices at the time.
Who will do that?
That is the user department, for example.
We'll go and obtain invoices.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Because normally at that time, we did not have a functional, specialized, procurement unit.
Why? There was a procurement officer.
There was a procurement officer. He was a trainee, a procurement trainee.
No, she was a procurement officer.
Yes.
So what do you mean it's a trainee? There was a procurement officer that was sidelined, that was continuously bypassed. That's what the fact is. Not to make it look nice as if you had someone you were training who was not qualified in any sense.
Yeah, because at the time, what I mean by trainee was, because there was not, a procurement officer.
Yes.
She was a procurement assistant.
Yes.
Yeah, still undergoing training,
Yes.
for example, yeah.
Right.
So that's what I mean by that.
So if you compare that to someone who has never been trained or who's not even going through training, who is more knowledgeable. For instance, we take you as an example. The person who is a trainee and you who has never had a training, probably I assume, who should be in a better position to conduct procurement?
The trainee.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that goes to the rest of the people who are conducting procurement when they have no training in procurement. So we drop that trainee part and adopt the fact that there is an assistant procurement officer. And there was a procurement officer as well at the time.
I agree.
Yeah. So why was the procurement not of these items, why did it not pass through procurement unit?
Because what I can remember for certain is at that time you used to have a standard request form.
A standard?
Request form.
Okay.
That any unit or department can just come and obtain, make your request, and then have the necessary processes made, like process it through the CEO and the Director of Finance, and then through your, head of department.
Were you in charge of this procurement?
Sorry?
Were you in charge, or did you take part, or did you sanction this procurement?
No.
You didn't take part at all? What role did you play in these two procurement activities?
That is to ensure that there is approval and then just to process the payment.
How do you do this?
At the time as Acting Director of Finance, when everything is processed and then there is approval,
Yes.
what we do is just we raise the payment voucher and then...
For instance, the supply of the carton of mosquito sprays. There was no procurement process followed, correct?
Looking at the amount, 9,835. Is that the one you are talking of?
Yes.
Yes. Well, then I think what we did was we just obtained an invoice for that.
From
Keba and Sons.
who obtained the invoice?
I wouldn't be sure exactly, but I think it was through procurement anyway. Or
procurement?
through either procurement or the user department.
The user department should not be the one to request for invoices.
But
They
there's...
should only put up a requisition.
Yes.
So why should they go and scout for invoices?
Then, by then, it was, council was such that, any user departments can just put up a request
And come up
and
with
then,
their own.
and then come up with an invoice, which will be scrutinized, maybe by internal audit, and then...
There's no scrutiny at that stage. If you pay in that form, there is no scrutiny at that stage. What are you scrutinizing? What would you be scrutinizing?
Yeah, but maybe just to be certain of the unit prices and then
How
the
can you be
materials.
certain of the prices?
And then the need, like the cost-benefit analysis, for example.
How can the user come up with the price? Does that make sense to you? I want a laptop and I come and tell you how much a laptop costs?
Not at all, but then I'm just trying to portray what used to be the practice.
Happen. I understand,
Yes.
and I appreciate that.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying that was so bad that it was really probably costing council a lot of financial loss with the mode of procurement that was adopted. Is that not the case?
Yes, that's the case, sir.
In 2019, there were 3,000 dust bins procured from Keba and Sons at the sum of $13,800,000.
800,000.
Sorry, $13,800,000. And it says including VAT payment. Now, what can you tell us about this specific procurement?
This was done through GPPA. There was a restricted tendering, and then we submitted a letter for approval based on the evaluation report that was sent to GPPA on the 19th of February 2019.
Yes.
And then we got the approval from GPPA to proceed with the award of contract. That was on the 25th of February 2019. Yeah, for B.C.C to award the contract to Keba and Sons.
Do you have the award letter with you here?
I have only the soft copy here.
Okay, please, we will need the award letter. Please proceed with your evidence.
Yes, because this was subject to a lot of procurement process like tendering.
Sorry, Mr. Cham, please take note of the fact that we've requested the the document. Please note it down. It's the signed copy we want, not the electronic version, which is not signed.
The one I have in my system is already signed. It's a signed document. I only need to print it out.
Yes, please proceed.
Yes, so this was for the award of contract to Keba and Sons for the procurement of 3,000 dustbins at the cost of 4,000 per dustbin.
4,600.
4,000 per dustbin.
Okay, so the outstanding balance is the VAT.
Yeah, so the total was 12,000 with a VAT of 15%, which was 1,800,000, making it 13,800,000.
Was the VAT paid?
VAT is normally charged and then paid to
GRA.
GRA.
Was
yes.
it paid?
Anyway, I wouldn't be sure because according to what we have here, upon payment by Banjul City Council, the VAT was supposed to be paid by Keba and Sons.
Do you know whether it was paid?
I wouldn't be sure.
We withholding tax? Do you know whether it was?
No.
The answer is no.
No, there was no withholding tax.
Okay, so what role as a finance manager did you play in the award of contract to Keba and Sons for $13,800,000 for 3,000 dustbins?
During the process, maybe in their contract meetings, I was attending, contract meetings, these contract committee meetings, for example. And
Do you
then
have minutes of those meetings?
No, I don't have minutes of those meetings.
Please proceed.
And then when this, agreement was being made in that contract meeting for a restricted tender to be sent, I was there, and then that was done, and then...
You prepared the procurement process, documents?
No, I did not prepare anything.
You did not?
I did not prepare anything.
Now, why did you choose the restricted tender process?
Because
why did
normally...
Council decide to restrict this process?
Because normally, when you are looking for goods and services, especially for goods,
right,
of this kind, maybe you have, a specified specification that
maybe. Let's not deal with probabilities here.
Okay.
Or not speculate as well.
A specified specification that you would require.
Yes.
For the purpose.
Was that the case in this procurement?
Anyway, I wouldn't know exactly.
Can we just be certain as to what really obtained?
No, I wouldn't know. Because for me, my basis of, actually going on with this, payment and then going ahead with the award also is because I have seen an approval from GPPA to do the award.
Before that, you guys had met and discussed and agreed that you would give this award to Keba and Sons. Before GPPA approves, you must request.
Yes, there was a request made because I think we followed the
meeting to wherein you were present. I believe the CEO would have been present, finance director as well. You would decide. Is that a contracts committee meeting? Do you call it a contracts committee meeting?
Yes, there was a contracts committee meeting for this.
Okay, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
and all of you agreed to adopt a restrict tender process, procurement method, and award this to Keba and Sons.
Not only Keba and Sons. I think 3 quotations were obtained.
And who are the other 2?
I wouldn't be sure exactly, but
okay, please find out. Come back. We'll give you time to come back with the information. Now, $4,000 is paid for one dustbin. Correct? What kind of dustbin?
I think the specification is in the contract document.
In 2019, what kind of dustbin cost $4,000?
I wouldn't be sure exactly, but then that was the unit price that was
Mr. Cham,
obtained.
in 2025, you will hardly see a dustbin cost $4,000. Do you understand that?
Yes.
In 2025, you can just do your own market research. You'll have dustbins for 2,500, 2,000, 3,000 at most probably in 2025.
Anyway, I wouldn't
You know, in 2019, it did not make sense. With the kind of dustbin you've had, it does not make sense to have a dustbin for $4,000.
But then maybe when it comes to quality or...
No, maybe here. Tell us the quality.
Or durability, and then the size also.
Tell us the size.
Yeah.
Tell us the quality. We are waiting for you.
Because I don't know exactly, but then these are specifications that are all embedded in the contract document.
You will come back today after lunch or break. We will give you time to come back with the specifications that you know. Well, the reason as to why the price will be $4,000 is. Was there a market research done?
Anyway, I wouldn't be sure.
The answer is no.
Yes.
Were you given any evidence of market research to to inform you of your decision making in the meeting?
I'm not sure of that anyway.
No, the answer is no. Were you given a market research, evidence of market research?
No.
Exactly. Why are you saying you're not sure? Why are you saying that?
No, maybe I thought maybe you said that whether it was done.
Do you know whether it was done?
I wouldn't know whether it was done.
Were you presented with any?
No.
If you are not presented with any, then it was not done.
Yes, okay.
That is the issue. It was not done. And you've had knowledge or information that Keba and Sons is related to the mayoress.
No, I don't know about that.
You don't know about that? You have never heard about that?
I have heard about it.
When?
That was later when we started dealing with him.
Now, why was Keba and Sons the winner of the award?
That was done after following due process anyway, as to my
after
belief.
What?
Following due process, as to my belief. For the dustbins, you mean?
Yes.
Yes, that was done after following due process.
What kind of due process was followed?
To the extent of, getting approval from GPPA.
No. Look, GPPA even sent you a letter back rejecting your first request because you had someone forged the signature of the procurement officer. The procurement officer was never involved in this process. Never ever involved in this process. Aidan Jai, right? Was never involved in this process. So the business was shady, the deal was shady. I don't know who convinced who at GPPA to eventually agree to this amount. Why did you not have an open tender process? Because Keba and Sons is not a manufacturer. So why was the tender not opened?
Anyway, I wouldn't be sure. Maybe that was the decision of the contracts committee. Anyway.
You were there, you were present. You can tell us.
Yeah, I was there, but then whenever I attend that meeting, the only thing that I see is documents being presented.
No.
Yeah.
You see, when you attend a meeting, you will know whether something is correct or not. That's why you are in the meeting, Mr. Cham. You know that Keba and Sons was being favored. This you know. You know Keba and Sons have a relationship, that is the rumor has it. Everybody talks about it, that Keba and Sons has a relationship with the mayors. This you had.
I had.
Yes.
I heard about it, yes.
At that time you had. Everyone, it was an open secret. Everyone knew. People were attacked for not agreeing to certain demands. Either had to face so many problems in relation to Keba and Sons and other procurement activities that were very, very illegal and shady that people were doing. So this you knew.
I knew about it. I heard it from the grapevine. But then there was also, some form of refutal.
Some form of?
Refutal.
From?
From sources that it did not belong to.
From which source? Which source?
From the same open source that I used to hear from.
Which source was refuting the relationship?
Maybe in any case,
the CEO?
Not necessarily the CEO, but in any case, you have two sources, two parties. One party saying that, it is related to the mayor, and then the other is refuting that that's not the case.
Okay. Then
you cannot be certain.
Then you should not restrict the tender. You should open the tender.
Maybe that
and
is
have the correct market research, have the correct prices. You know exactly what the prices are in the market. You're in Banjul.
Maybe that is what should have been done, but unfortunately, that was not the case.
Do you know that was supposed to be done? That is the question.
Anyway, that is, in line with best practice, I know.
So you know it was supposed to be done. So why was it not done?
I wouldn't be sure exactly.
But you were there. Did you not, when you knew it was supposed to be done in this way, why did you not do it in that way?
I was there, but my role was, very limited.
It was limited to what?
Yeah. Just to be attending, just as attendance.
And to have no opinion?
No, not necessarily not having any opinion, but not expressing any opinion.
So you didn't express any opinion to this?
No.
You had no opinion to this? You neither agreed nor denied the award to Keba?
No.
Is that what your evidence is? You did not agree with the CEO that the award should be given to Keba?
No, I did not express any opinion anyway.
Okay. We'll come back to that. We have on the 23rd of April 2019, unless there are questions for the 13,800,000. 23rd of April 2019, Council paid an amount of $40,000 to Keba and Sons for the supply of 20 boxes of A4 size papers at $2,000 per box. Do you know whether this also followed due process, the procurement process?
Yes, all these payments were through obtaining a quotation.
But not through the procurement unit?
I cannot remember whether it was done through the procurement unit or not, because by then what we used to do is we used to obtain, if it is for RFQ, we used to obtain 3 quotations for RFQ and then process the payment.
Were you obtaining quotations?
Yes, we've been obtaining quotations, of course.
Were you obtaining quotations?
No, not myself.
You have never obtained quotations?
No, I have never.
Right. Any question for this witness?
Mr. Cham, you have indicated in your statement, the one dated the 25th of September 2023, you have indicated that the project has both the Dalasi and Euro account. As at 2020, what was your designation? Were you the acting director of finance?
2020, yes, part of it. I was the acting director of finance.
Were you the acting director of finance in 2020?
From January to November. to October because I handed over on the 3rd of November.
January to October.
To October, yes.
So 2020, right?
2020, yes.
Now, you have indicated that series of payments were made and you itemized the payment. These payments did not follow the due process in terms of making sure that you have verification in the delivery, etc., for all of the mentioned contracts that were given to Keba and Sons. Why was that the case? There was no verification. There were no delivery notes to over 12 transactions. We just made random sampling, 12 transactions, no verification, no delivery note, no confirmation of receipt of these goods. Why was that the case?
Anyway, for Keba and Sons, I cannot vividly remember as to how these payments were being processed and then whether due process was made
the time you were acting Director of Finance, who was the Director of Finance? There was no Director of Finance.
I was the Acting Director of Finance.
So you were the Acting Director of Finance?
Yes.
Now I am asking you, why was there no verification of all of this, and you were the one that was signing the checks for these payments?
Unless I confirm, because I cannot remember.
No, there is nothing, Mr. Cham, there is nothing like confirmation here. What I'm telling you is that 12 transactions, including the ones you have mentioned in your statement, there are no evidences of following due process and the fact that these transactions actually happened. Why was that the case?
Yeah, I just want to be sure or certain of what I'm saying because normally when we process payments, approval is done by the CEO and then I authorized for the payment to be effected when I was the Acting Director of Finance.
Council, you may proceed.
Honorable Chair, we would apply for the witness to be stood down. We have another witness, and we will call him back after the break. We have other issues we want to clarify with him.
Mr. Cham, we will allow you to wait. We will come back to continue your evidence after the break.
Okay.
So you could wait at the lounge.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, Mr. Witness. Welcome to this Commission of Inquiry into Local Government Councils and related matters. Mr. Witness, you can face that camera. In which language do you wish to make your testimony?
In English.
Can you speak into the mic?
In English.
What is your religion?
Islam.
Speak.
Islam.
Do you wish to swear by the Holy Quran or make an affirmation?
I'll make an affirmation.
Madam Chair, the witness wishes to make an affirmation. Use your right hand, raise it up, and then repeat after me. I, Baba Ebrima Jallow,
Jallow,
do solemnly, sincerely, and truly declare that the evidence I shall give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Thank you. You may be kindly seated. Madam Chair, the witness is sworn. I have the honor to hand over the witness to you for us to proceed.
Good afternoon, Mr. Jallow.
Afternoon.
You are welcome.
Oh, thank you.
Counsel, you may proceed.
Thank you very much, Mr. Jallow.
Yes.
Can you please tell us what your name is, your full name?
Baba Ebrima Jallow.
What's your address?
Bundung.
Your occupation?
A branch manager at Kalifa Pharmaceuticals.
Branch manager.
All right.
Your qualifications, sir?
Secondary. From where? Primary school to secondary 4.
From first senior secondary school.
Secondary 4.
Secondary 4.
All right.
That's your highest qualification.
That's it.
All right. Now, we have a statement. The date is 28th of August 2023.
All right.
It's a one-page statement. Please go through it. Bears your name and a signature. Is that your signature?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Are the content yours?
1 minute.
Is the content yours?
Yes.
We apply to tender the statement of the witness into evidence as an exhibit.
The statement dated the 28th of August 2023 is hereby admitted in evidence as an exhibit, and it is marked as LGC/BCC/BEJ/001.
As the commission places, Mr. Jallow, we know you have had a business with B.C.C.
Right.
in which a pro forma invoice was sent
Right.
and supplies were made. Do you recall this?
Yes, sir.
And eventually, Kalifa Pharmaceuticals, which you are the deputy manager, were paid an amount of $89,310. Recall this, sir?
Yes, sir.
Now, how were you contacted by the B.C.C.?
A list of drugs were brought on my table.
A list of drugs
Drugs, yes.
by
It's something like Fabian, something like that.
Again, sir?
Fabian.
Fabian.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah. Then where I wrote a pro forma invoice and give it to her. Then later she came and paid, and we do the receipting and the delivery. No, finish.
Right. So you were only dealing with Fabian.
Huh?
You were only dealing with Fabian
In that period.
in that period.
Yeah, that
You
period.
dealt with any other person apart from Fabian?
Not to my knowledge, sir.
You had the copy of the pro forma that was sent to you? That you sent, sorry?
It's attached with the invoice and the pro forma and the delivery note.
May I please see it? Was it a check payment?
This, if I could remember, is cash.
Cash payment.
It was cash.
Who paid you in cash?
Anyway, I couldn't recall. It was in my absence that what it was made.
So who was paid?
To the company, to the branch manager.
To the branch manager. Who is the branch manager?
It's Mr. Schumann.
Suma.
Schumann.
The Gambian name?
He's a Gambian, yeah.
Can you please give us the correct spelling and the full name? You may write it down. You may write it down.
Can I have a piece of paper?
We applied to tender the Kalifa Pharmaceuticals Limited delivery note. Into evidence as an exhibit. But what we have here is not very legible. We can't read this.
You can't?
You cannot read the content.
Anyway, the copy should be with him.
So this is the only copy you have?
Yeah, this is the only copy, yeah.
Hussein Schumann.
Schumann.
He is the branch manager.
Yeah.
Council, do you want me to admit this?
I'm not sure whether the Honorable Chairperson can read the content. I cannot read. I cannot read what is stated in the document. If it is not legible.
Mr. Jallow, would you be in a position to provide us with a clearer copy?
Okay, no problem.
Yes, please note it to provide us with a clear copy.
Thank you.
The delivery note or the invite itself? Both of them?
Sorry?
Both of them?
No, the second one is very clear. It's
Okay.
just the first one that has.
That's a carbon copy?
Yes.
Okay.
Now, who delivered these items? Who did the delivery?
Anyway, to my understanding, we work closely together. So when I write, it can be delivered by anybody. Okay. It can be supplied by anybody.
All right. Yeah. But you approve?
The secretary is there who approves it.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much. Any quick questions for? Are you guys registered with GPA?
Yes, of course, yes.
Do you have your registration? Copy? Your registration?
Okay. So can I bring it for you when coming?
Please.
Okay.
For the delivery, normally the delivery notes that you send,
Yes.
when you are delivering the purchase that is made from
Right.
the company, Does it entail the quantity and the price?
No.
It doesn't.
We just, only the invoices contains the quantities. Only the invoices
Only the invoices.
contains the quantity, yes.
So the delivery note,
Note
what
is-
does the delivery note contain?
Only the items written.
The items, it will not indicate the price of the item. and
No,
the
no, no.
cost.
It's only indicated in the invoices.
Okay. When the delivery note is delivered, is this signed by the recipient?
Yes, he do sign. He do sign.
So please provide us a copy where the recipient signed, signed for the goods that were supplied to them.
For that matter, it used to, we used to give the clear copy to the customer, and we retain the carbon copy.
The carbon copy should have the signature of the person and the
It
name.
is there. The signature,
name.
the signature is there.
And the name. All right. So you have noted that you will bring us a clear copy so that we can see what is.
Unless if I sit and write it again, I have to write it again. For it to be
Is it?
clear, I have to rewrite it again.
So you do not have the delivery note, you only have the carbon copy.
Only carbon copy, yes.
Well, but what we want is a delivery note that indicate that you supplied this and it was received at B.C.C. and the person who received it. If you copy it, how would we know who received it at the time?
Is
And
that Fabian who received these items?
So if you recopy this, would Fabian sign for you again?
Will I see her? That's the problem.
Well, we
that's
want
it.
an authentic document that indicated that you supplied this.
Okay,
That's
all right.
all we want from you.
I'll just talk to my boss and see.
All right.
All right.
Thank you. Give it back.
Now, I have a few questions for you, Mr. Jallow.
Okay, sir.
Are you very familiar with the items that you sell in the pharmacy?
Yes.
Your product?
Yes.
Surgical gloves, a box, how much does it cost now?
Anyway, it's about 2,000 plus.
Okay.
Right.
Examination gloves,
About 450 to 500.
$450 to $500.
Yeah. For $350 to $500.
Okay. Crepe bandage, 10 centimeters to 4 meters.
Anyway, you know now I am at the retail branch.
Yes.
I have already forgotten all these things.
Yeah, I asked, you said you are familiar.
Yeah, I'm familiar with it, but the wholesale prices, this is what I'm trying to say.
Okay. But what you are familiar is the unit prices.
Huh?
Are you familiar with the unit prices?
The retail unit prices, I know.
You can give me the unit price if you know the unit price.
But the wholesale, unless and until I check it in the system.
In the system.
All right.
Okay. So if we give you a list of some of the items we want to know the prices for, you'll be in a position to tell us the current price.
Of course, yes.
And also the previous price as well.
Okay.
The market.
No problem.
Correct?
Right.
All right. That's all for this witness, unless there are questions for the witness.
No question. Now, Mr. Jallow, we have asked you to provide us with documents. So please provide these documents by Thursday, 12 o'clock.
By Thursday,
12 o'clock.
12.
All right?
Okay.
Thank you.
I'll try and do so.
All right.
Okay.
We will also hand you over the list of items and the pricing
No problem.
that you will provide for us.
No problem.
You are discharged, Mr. Jallow. Thank you.